Dr. Michu for today's video with a full Sewaddle evolution team. We have got Sewaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny. So these are some returning Pokemon in the Teal Mask DLC. I can't remember last time I even got to use these Pokemon. So having a team of Pokemon that was 4 times weak to fire was and flying was actually pretty interesting. Super Bowser, this one is for you. I've got 3 battles today with this team, and they were really good battles. I hope you enjoy. First battle here, this one is against my man Prince Vegeta, the King of Science, and we have a Iron Bundle lead versus the mighty Sewaddle. So this Sewaddle is a special set. We got a thumping Powder Snow Iron Bundle, and I've got this Sunny Day Sewaddle. Now, this set is a Chlorophyll set, max speed, max special attack, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Bug Buzz, and Terra Blast. Unfortunately, the opposing Iron Bundle put the snow on the field and got rid of my sun. So I went for a Solar Beam in the snow, only up into my shadow, and my Sewaddle, unfortunately, is going to be falling into the snow. So that's the end of my first Pokemon. So I'm thinking, how am I going to get around this, you know? Now, this team was difficult. As you can probably imagine, there was so many different Pokemon that counted this team. Virtually any team I come across had at least 1, 2, or 3 solid counters. So we've got the Iron Bundle setting up Aurora, which is going to make all the other Pokemon even bulkier than they already were. So this is a bulky Swadloon set. I think this is the very first time I've actually used a Swadloon in a theme team out of all of them. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that I'm correct. Anyway, so this is a grassy terrain sticky web set. I've got in here Grassy Glide and Bug Bite as the other moves too. Leaf Guard as the ability. Max Health and Max Attack with Everlight and Adamant Nature. My Sewaddle, the first one, was a special attack that had Modest Nature and Chlorophyll as the ability. So I try to make use of all the abilities here. So I was trying to stall out the Veil, which is pretty difficult because I was getting hit by a very powerful ice move. You know, Powder Snow is very meta. I've got a backstory for that too. One time I was doing a multi-battle, same opponent here, and he froze me with Powder Snow, and it was a Phoebus. I was very salty. Anyway, that is the end of the Veil, and hopefully I don't fail. So we've got the Leavanny here. It's a special set. I've got Switcheroo, Bug Buzz, Leaf Storm, and Air Slash. I decided just to go for the Leaf Storm. I thought, well, it will outspeed me and we'll probably set the Veil up again. So there's the Veil again. It's going to get set up for the second time. Here comes the Leaf Storm, and Robo Santa is finally going to go back to Antarctica for now, right? He's going to deliver those little robots next year. So that's the end of the snow, which is good at least, and that's also the end of the grass. Next Pokemon to come out is going to be Brambleghast, and this is actually a pretty cool set. Now, people, if you enjoyed the videos, if you like the teams, make sure you hit that like button there. Give your boys some support there on the channel. Only takes a second. And what do you think of Sewaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny? Do you like these Pokemon? Is there anyone out there that really likes these Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section of the video. So I've got my next Sewaddle out here. It's ready to rock and roll. This one is a Lunge, Trailblaze, Flail, and Endure set with Swarm. And Focus Sash, Max Attack and Max Speed, Adamant Nature. Now, this Brambleghast was a Curse and Infestation set. So what it would do, it would trap you with Infestation, then it would go for Curse, so you wouldn't be able to swap, so you get the Infestation damage and the Curse damage all at the same time. So pretty cool set there, to say the least. Now, the other moves, I was thinking that it probably has some sort of recovery move. It does get a couple of them. I just went for Lunge. I almost took it out. I was very close. And the other move I have is Leech Seed, but that's not going to work against me. And I think it was also Disrespect too, because obviously they knew that I'll be fainting to Infestation this turn. Maybe, I would say probably Strength Sap maybe is another good move for like this trapping, stalling moveset. So that is the end of my second Sewaddle. Things are looking pretty grim right now. I've only taken out like 1 Iron Bundle, that's it. So going into my second Leavanny, this is a Sword Dance Fell Stinger set, Leaf Blade and Terra Blast Water. I popped the Fell Stinger, and that is going to be enough to take out the Brambleghast with a crit. Now, instantly, when you take a Pokemon out with Fell Stinger, you get a +3 in attack, and we've got Magnezone coming in, trying to get that, that magnet pull happening here, right? So I speed drop on the Sticky Web, not that I had to really worry about outspeeding a Magnezone. And here I was like, I actually was pretty confident. I was like, man, I should be able to sweep this team here. So I popped a Terra Water here. Hang on, I was going to take my shirt off because it's very, very hot in Australia right now. I'm sweltering, So, all right, I got my shirt off somehow. Now I'm going to go for the Terra Blast there. Terra Blast Water, it lived. I was like, man, that is one thick set. Then it went for Lock On. I was like, oh, this is a Zap Cannon set, but too bad you're not going to be able to attack the next turn. And then the Quick Claw popped, and I got outsped, and Zap Cannon landed. You wouldn't read about it. So that is the end of my Leavanny. The salt levels are up there. They're really starting to rise after that. I was like, man, I don't know what I can do here. That was like my last resort, I've got like 2 memes left. So I've got my special Leavanny and a Swadloon left. And I've still got 4 Pokemon to deal with here. So I tricked up the Choice Specs and hoped there'd be some sort of status move here. I got a Quick Claw, and here comes a Tri-Attack. I was hoping for a Choice Specs Lock On. Anyway, so I went for my Bug move. It wasn't much I could do. The Magnezone, it resisted all of my moves, and, special Leavanny as well. It's terrible. So that's the end of Leavanny. I've got 1 Pokemon left. Look, I'm just going to try this. It's my Swadloon. It's my Bulky Poop Night special. We've got my favorite healing move, and we've got Iron Defense, Struggle Bug, and Giga Drain. I gotta say, though, its shinies, like Sewaddle and Swadloon look good. Like, Leavanny shiny, I don't really like too much. It doesn't really change all that much. Anyway, so we're going to start setting up some Iron Defenses here. I thought it'd be a good opportunity. So, make this thing really, really tanky. Now, this Swadloon set was a max health, max special defensive set, Overcoat as the ability, Everlight as the item, and we've got Calm Nature. So very, very special defensive, and we're using those iron defenses to build the defense. Funny that, right? So that's the end of the Magnezone there, or the Chick Magnet, and we've got the Paladin coming in here, which is the Gallade. So Gallade is going to have a speed drop. Like, well, I should be able to beat this, right? If I get another attack boost up. Then it popped the Sword Dance. Like, well, I do have Giga Drain and I've got Iron Defense. I feel like I should be able to stall this out, like, somewhat. So that's a pretty good amount of damage. Then it was a Zoroark. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. So we got a Sword Dance Zoroark. Then it's got a Toxic Orb. Like, that's got to be using Facade or Trick or something like that. It pops Facade. It does a good amount of damage, but I've got the healing move here. And I've actually got a pretty good advantage because I've got that Toxic Orb racking up in damage. So if Zoroark wants to keep going for Sword Dance or Facade, it's going to eventually faint itself because I can just keep healing over and over again. So Zoroark really has to go for a swap or a U-turn in that case. And now comes the Copper Raja. Now this was interesting. Like, I was facing down 3 Pokemon to get rid of them. Like, I don't know what I can do here. So I had to go for my favorite healing move again. They're getting me all the way up to full health, which is very, very close. And now we got the Elephant going for a Terra. Now, I have no idea at all what this possibly could be, So it's going to be a Terra Rock Copperager. And this is where I started to get worried. I'm like, what is this move going to be? I outsped it, which is good, which I got another Iron Defense up, which is great. And this is going to be a rollout set. I'm like, oh, this could be very, very bad. Obviously, it's not going to do a lot at the start, but as you know, rollout gets exponentially more powerful, and it's super effective. So it's like, I have no choice here. I actually have to keep going for Giga Drain. So Copperager is rolling out at me. It's getting more powerful. I'm Giga Draining. It's doing a little bit of damage, and it's healing me off a little bit. But I know as the rollouts, once you get to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th one, it's starting to do, like, ginormous amounts of damage there. So I got 1 Giga Drain to go to take the Copperager off. I know this next one is really gonna hurt because it's starting to really max it out. I lived it on 42 health and I managed to take out the Copperager. That was really impressive. Like, I don't think you'll ever be able to see many Pokemon tank a super effective rollout deck, let alone a Swadloon, right? So that's the end of Copperager. I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Like, well, I've got this Gallade and the Zoroark. I know that Zoroark can't do donkeys. I can beat that, right? So where comes the Gallade? I'm like, maybe they're going to go for a crit here. It's a special set. I'm like, oh, what now? This is going to go. I lived on 69 health. And Swadloon got my favorite healing move off there, and it healed it all the way up. Like, I can do this, right? All I've got to do is spam Giga Drain, right? And then it's going to go for a Calm Mind. I'm thinking, all right, normally Normally, a lot of sets would fall down here. However, I've got an attacking move as well, Struggle Bug. So what Struggle Bug will do, it won't do a lot of damage, but it'll negate those Calm Mind special attack boosts there. So in the long run, Gallade is really not going to be able to do like a lot of damage here. It's going to have to waste time getting more Calm Minds off. Why I can keep attacking here. So Psychic is pretty much doing donkeys now, and I'm just spamming Struggle Bug over and over again. I've got a lot more. I can heal. I'm sure the Gallade doesn't have any healing moves here. I'm sure it's got like. I'd say it's got three special attack or the attacking moves and Calm Mind. 3 minutes left of this battle here. I'm healing myself up. Now, I don't have a lot of healing moves, but I only need to do it like a couple of times. And once its special attack is dropped enough, I'm just going to go for like Giga Drain, right? So here comes the Thunderbolt, another attacking move. And this bit I cut out a lot here because this part went on for like 2 or 3 minutes, So I cut out a fair bit there. I got some more Struggle Bugs up. Gallade started using Thunderbolt and paralyzed me. We got down to the last 30 seconds of the battle here. I had this Gallade done. Like, he couldn't do anything. I only needed a little bit more time to take it out. I'm like, well, that's it, I've got the Zoroark in the back. I've got three Iron Defenses up there. And Gallade's going for Psychic. And I'm going for Giga Drain. I got a crit on that one, so the next one would actually take it out. I believe at this point, I actually had more health left back than the Zoroark, like in the last Pokemon. But the stupid battle timer ran out, and that was the end of the battle. But that was a crazy battle there, and how about that Swadloon performance to then? I thought I was done. Once all my once that Leavanny got Quick Clawed Zap Cannon, I thought it was Ogre, But what a crazy battle there. Thank you, man, for the battle. It was awesome. And I feel like I would have won that battle if we had like a longer amount of time because, that Gallade was on its last leg. Zoroark would have had to get like a crit on Facade or something crazy like that. Anyway, let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle against Super Bowser, and we have a Furret, our lead, and now we've got a Leavanny swapping in here. Now, Leavanny seems to be like a mix set. It was like a Fells thing, a Struggle Bug set. However, this Swadloon is super thick, and it's able to lift that Fells thing very, very well. So I don't want to get swept by a Leavanny when I'm using a Sewaddle evolution team. So when comes the knockdown, it's going to be using a dual Wing Beam. And, that's definitely going to be enough to take out my Swadloon there. It did pretty well, though. Got rid of a Leavanny. So next Pokemon, I'm going to bring out the mighty Sewaddle. I caused a swap with a Sewaddle against the Noctowl on your Pinot channel. And we got the Furret coming in here, which is very, very good. Furret's going to, obviously going to be an incredibly difficult adversary. So we're going to go for Trailblaze. Trailblaze does a good amount of damage there. With the Trailblaze and the Sticky Web, I'm actually able to outspeed it. Now, this is primarily a Flail set with Trailblaze. I'm trying to get myself down on like 1 health because I've got Endure on this set too. So it was pretty much the best thing I could think of with Sewaddle because, as you know, these Pokemon, especially the first evolution, has a very, very limited amount of moves, especially with, Scarlet and Violet and stuff like that, axing all the moves. So, anyway, so I got a Swarm set, so I could use a Swarm Lunge or a Flail on 1 health. Those sort of things. So next Pokemon is going to be the Alola Golem, and I'm going to go for Endure here, and I want to unleash that amazing, powerful Flail. So Alola Golem is going to go for a Rock Blast here. The cool thing about Endure when you use it, with multi-hitting moves, it actually endures every single hit of that turn. So it could use 100 Rock Blasts, and Sewaddle would still be enduring all of them, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to go for a Flail, and it failed, and Golem is going to go for a Thunder Punch there. Man, when it uses Thunder Punch, it didn't even hit me with its arms. It looked like it headbutted me or something. So that's the end of my Sewaddle. Next Pokemon is also going to be Sewaddle. Now, this is a special set. I know it's got Rock Blast. I know that I'm going to get clapped. I can't go for a Solar Beam, so I went for the Mighty Bug Buzz, and it did pretty good damage there. So Sewaddle is going to die to a couple of pebbles here, but, it's a pretty quality performance there. Maybe if I went for Trailblaze earlier on, I would have got it, but I really wanted to see how much Flail would do. Next Pokemon is Leavanny. I'm just going to pop that Bug Buzz there, and that is the end of the Golem. Maybe I could have gone for a Throat Spray set with Bug Buzz too, but, when it's got switcheroos and moves, like, ooh, that's kind of cool for, like a choice item. Now, next Pokemon is going to be Graveler. I was like, ooh, I'm locked into Bug Buzz. Time to swap out here. And we're going to go into, as you know, the unit Swadloon. So this Graveler is going to go for a Mud Slap. I'm like, oh, not another Mud Slap set. And of course, my actually swap, I just swap out straight away. I'm like, no, I'm not putting up with that salt. And I swap back into Leavanny. Then the Gravelers, we both swapped at the same time. I was like, you wouldn't read about it. So out comes the Graveler, and in comes the Knockdown. I was like, yep, let's go for a Terra flying Leavanny here. I thought it was pretty cool that it got Air Slash, and I thought I might be able to make some sort of like finishing set, and might be able to even switcheroo an item off it. At some point, you know, I was like, maybe that Golem, I could give it a... I could switcheroo it an item, you know, maybe it's got Everlight. So I went for the switcheroo on the Knockdown. I thought, hopefully it goes for a status move here. I gave away my choice specs, and I got a choice scarf. I'm like, oh, come on, man. So I got my choice item for a choice item. I guess I had no choice. So here comes the Air Slash here on the Knockdown. Good damage there. Very, very good damage. Here comes Dual Wing Beat. Since I'm now not, 4 times weak to flying, I actually take those attacks pretty well. I get a handy little critical hit on Knockdown too, because Knockdown's got some pretty nice, juicy special defense there. So I was able to live that pretty well, and I'm going to take it out with the Air Slash. So bye-bye Knockdown. It was a physical Knockdown, which is pretty cool. Next Pokemon, of course, is Probopass, and I'm going to get some more Sticky Web. Not that it matters, it's not a very fast Pokemon. I'm going to be swapping that out, because I'm locked into that move. So I went into Leavanny, the Fell Stinger set. This is definitely the best set on my team. Like, it had the best presence about it with attack damage, and it could create a sweep as well. And we have a Terra Probopass, which is going to be, this is a Terra Rock set as well. That kind of suits our Probopass. It's got like a little, a little Colosseum on the top of its head. So it's going to go for a T-Bolt there, and I just went for Leaf Blade. And the other move I had, had Rocky Helmet too. It also had Rock Slides. Like, I don't know about this. I mean, let's see how much it does to Leavanny, and I managed just to live it. Only a little bit. I've popped the Fell Stinger, got the KO, but the salty thing is, right, Rocky Helmet is going to fight my Leavanny. So I'm not going to be able to live that. So, therefore, I didn't get my boost, and I couldn't sweep the Graveler. So, I've got my Leavanny next there. I was like, you know what I'm going to do to this Graveler? I'm going to give it a Choice Scarf. I'm sure it's going to love that very much. So, I thought it'd be like a bulky Everlight set. So, I was like, let's go for Switcheroo, and then I'll go for, Leaf Storm, That way I can lock it into one move. But it didn't actually have that, right? It had a choice band. I was like, what the heck? So these choice items are everywhere. It's like choice specs, choice scarf, choice band, no choice, So that's the end of my Leavanny there. So now I'm starting to get really salty. I'm like, I should have just gone for Leaf Storm, but let's be real, probably would have missed. So I went into my Swadloon here, the OG, the MVP. I went for Giga Drain, and you wouldn't read about it. The Graveler had Sturdy. So I was like, all right, it lived on 1 health. Let's see what it's going to use, right? Because it's only really used Mud Slap, and then it started using Rock Blast before. So here comes the Rock Blast, but Swadloon with the Everlight is so bulky, and it only hit me 2 times as well. So that was awesome. I went for a little bit of a Disrespect Struggle Bug there, and that is the end of the second battle. Hope you enjoyed this one, people. Some cool Pokemon and, cool movesets there as well. Let's get on to the third and final battle. This is a battle against Arts. We haven't had a battle for quite a while, and we do have a theme team here as well. So if you can guess what this theme team is, let me know all about in the comments section. So we got a Giga Impact Elephant on my Sewaddle. Sewaddle withstands the brunt of that ginormous mighty move and gets a sunny day up. So, the sun's out, the guns are out. I'm charging up that solar beam. It's coming in hot here, people. Here it comes. Oh, look at that damage. And that takes out a Pelephant in one shot. You'll never see this again in your lifetime. So that's the end of Pelephant. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Arcanine. Now, Arcanine is, let's be real, it's probably going to take your boy out with an Ember. Here comes another Solar Beam, because I got that Chlorophyll happening. So I fire off the Solar Beam, and I did a pretty good amount of damage there, considering it's a Sewaddle, right? Now, Arcanine is going to not go for a fire move, it's going to go for a Hyper Voice. Okay, this is going to be a Throat Spray set. I have to get rid of this thing now. So, Arcanine's got a special attack boost. In comes Sewaddle number 2. I've got a Sash here. Here comes a Hyper Beam. I'm like, what? Maybe these are moves based on what this theme team is about. I was expecting a fire move, but I guess it didn't really matter because I had a Focus Sash anyway. So, I went for the Trailblaze. Now, this turn, Arcanine is going to be recharging. I went for a Flail, and it did really good damage. And since I have got the Trailblaze up to, with my speed boost, 2 Flails were enough to take out an Arcanine. So there you go. Sewaddle defeats the Arcanine only on Pinrise Shadow. Next Pokemon is a Quick Attack Meowscarada. And Sewaddle is going to fight. Man, look at this. Like, you're not going to see this content anywhere else. Now, we're going to go to Swadloon. This is the sticky webber. Man, these bullet seeds are doing incredible damage there. I don't know how I'm living these attacks. So, Meowscarlet is firing like it was like 1 million seeds at me. It's like all 5. I think I took the full load there. Yeah, I did. So I've thrown that sticky weebell on there on the Meowscarlet speed. It's getting a little bit sticky, and now it's going to be firing off bullet seeds. I don't think it has very much hit with it. I'd say it's got obviously it's got bullet seed, quick attack. It's probably got some sort of status move and another move that's not very effective. So I believe it doesn't have a lot that's effective against a Swadloon. So I went for Bug Bite here, and Bug Bite just took it out in one shot, obviously. I've got max attack on this thing, and it is very super effective, of course. Next Pokemon is Jolteon, and I actually got that sticky web, so I thought maybe I can outspeed this with one of my other Pokemon. However, the Jolteon is going to throw up the sub to try and maybe get the dub. So here comes the Bug Buzz here. Sorry, the Bug... I wish I had Bug Buzz. If I had Bug Buzz, it'd go through the sub, and then I would get the dub. So now Jolteon is going to keep going subdued over and over again. Now, this tells me 2 things, right? 2 things. Either they're trying to PP stall... Actually, no, this tells me 3 things. They're trying to PP stall me. They're trying to get a berry activation, or they're trying to put themselves on a lower man health, or a combination of the last 2, or all 3, So we got sub number 3. Yeah, this is the last sub. They can only sub once more. So the Jolteon is down to its final subtune, and I'm thinking about my team. Like, I don't have any priority moves outside of Grassy Glide, but with Grassy Glide, I've got to set up the grassy terrain and stuff too. So I've gone for the Bug Bite again. That's going to break the final subtune that this Jolteon has. Now the Jolteon is going to be taking advantage of being on 1 health. You might be able to guess what sort of set this is. It is going to be a Terra normal Jolteon. Like, yep, this is definitely going to be Flail. I know it is. I hope I don't get swept by a physical Jolteon with Flail, because I'm going to get roasted forever. So here it comes. The Flail is activated, and a normal gem on top. I'm like, man, I wonder if bulky Swadloon would live this, Here it comes. I lived on 69 health there, and I got that Bug Bite off, and that is the end of Jolteon. It was close. It was real close. I almost would have got swept there. Now, the EVs for that one, I just had max health, The Everlight was just enough in the max health. So here comes Lilligant. Now, I can hit Lilligant with a Bug Buzz. Sorry, a Bug Bite. Man, I'm getting my bug moves mixed up. There's too many bugs, You know what? I should really give you people a pun, I should give you people a pun every video about the topic. So today, I'm going to give you a bug pun, I reckon, something like that. Maybe some sort of bug pun. We had penguin puns the other day, so we'll go for a bug one. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to think of one. I'm thinking of one right now, why I do my Terror. We've got Armorogue out here. It's firing off its laser at me. I'm getting very, very scared, so I'm going to have to go for a Terror Water. Okay. How do bees brush their hair with a honeycomb? There we go, people. There's your bug joke. That was a bees joke. Bugs, bees, they're all sort of similar creatures in this world. So I'm going to be going for a Terra Water on the Armorogue. It was real good damage. Real good damage, but it wasn't enough to take it out. Look how much that did, though, to Leavanny. That was Terra Water, and it still did, close to half my health. So I was very, very happy about that damage. Now, I've got one more bug joke for you in a little bit, all right? I want to savor this joke. There's going to be that one person that is laughing at this, and everyone else is going to go boo. I'm going to read my comment section today. It's going to be like boo, just continually. Anyway, if you've got a good bug joke, please let me know in the comment section. I do like to read jokes, and there was a couple of people last time in the penguin video that put some very, very good jokes as well. Now, I got another one. Why was the bug carrying a bottle of air freshener? It was deodorant. Get it? Deodorant. Anyway, so we got this Lilligant here. I'm trying to feint it. And anyway, with this bulky Lilligant, well, I definitely think it was bulky, right? I'm thinking, how about I go for a switcheroo, get rid of that leftovers, and then give it a choice specs and hope that it goes for a status move. So I've put the choice specs onto the Lilligant. I got 1 serving of leftovers, which is pretty good. It's good. You get up in the morning and you have your leftovers, right? You have that pizza from last night. So we've got that leftovers going. Unfortunately, it's gone for a pedal dance, but at least it's not very effective against the rest of my team. I'm able to tank that pretty well. I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm going for Air Slash. It does pretty good damage. I wouldn't say it's super amazing. But we got some good ideas. Now, I got one more. How do bugs get to school? How do they travel to school? You give up on the school buzz. Get it? The school buzz. You know, buzz, bees, buzz. Oh, it doesn't have to be bees. It could be any bug in the world. So that's the end of my jokes, people. I know you absolutely love them. And it's also the end of the Lilligant. So we've got Armoroak as the very last Pokemon there. I've got some leftovers here on Leavanny, which is good. The last Pokemon, I'm thinking maybe I could do a swap here. I thought, if I maybe get this thing to drop as defense, because I know it's going to go for Armor Cannon on all three of my Pokemon, I'll swap in Swadloon. I want to see if I can live this. I'm max health, max special defense Everline. Like, let's see, right? I know I've got that 4 times weakness. Let's see. And it still wasn't enough to live it. Like, okay, that's fine. The good thing about that, it did have a defensive drop, so I can swap back in my Leavanny now that the coast is clear, and I can go for my Terra Blast Water to take out the Armoroak. And I know that I outspeed it too, because I'm not like a super fast Pokemon, plus the Sticky Web. And that is it, people. I poured some water on top of it, and that is the end of the Sewaddle Evolution team. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the jokes. Drop a like if you did. Drop it anyway if you didn't. Peace out, people.